Welcome back, folks, to more Let's Play Pokemon Sapphire. No Pokecenters, no Pokemarts. In the last episode, we took down the gym, as well as made our way to, whatever this town is called. Dewford Town, there we go. I always forget the name of this town, so sometimes it just throws me off. But this is the next town, and we are pretty close to facing the next gym, which is right here. However, before we do that, I want to acquire our next party member. And for that, we'll need to head over into Granite Cave over here. The other thing about this area is there's a couple of items hidden in the sand, I believe, or around this area that I can make some use of. And in addition to this, there's a couple trainers, this guy and this fisherman over here, that I want to fight to just get a few bits of extra experience. So we're going to fight this guy first, because he does have, I believe, 2 Magikarp. And one of them he does lead off with, therefore we can take advantage of that with our Shroomish here by using Leech Seed and, or not Leech Seed, sorry, Bullet Seed. All this Magikarp can do is Splash, because it doesn't get Tackle, I believe, until level 15 or so. So, sweet, crit Bullet Seed, that works out. Maybe we can get a fully killed Magikarp right here off the bat. That's nice. So, even though it only hit 3 times, still killed him. And I think if it was a 3 hit, we'd probably need at least a 4 hit to get anywhere. So, Tentacle comes out next, and I think I want to stay in and get the extra experience on Breloom, or Broloom. So I'll stay in and switch, because I do have a Pecha Berry in case Poison Sting or whatever does poison me, which I think is his only real offensive attack, and because Marshtomp is now ground type, he's going to resist it anyways, so it's really only going to do damage if it does poison me. And yes, we did escape that. Alright, now I can use a Mud Shot here, or I can use a Mud Slap. We are out of Water Gun, so that's fine, but because it's poison type and its physical defense is kind of weak, I'm figuring Mud Slap will probably one-shot it, or at the very least bring it close, and it does one-shot it, that's fine. That works for us. Broloom gains a level, and Marshtomp gains some extra experience. So now he has his second Magikarp here. So we're going to switch back into Broloom. I'm not as afraid of status in this gen as I was in Gen 1. In Gen 1, there's very few items that you can use to remove status, and therefore you have to be a lot more careful when you approach. Although in my Gen 1 LP, I did completely forget the use of the Poke Flute, and in essence, totally spaced on a free Sleep Heal all the time. Throughout my entire run, I don't think I used it once, even though I very much could have if I needed to. So now I'm going to Bullet Seed again, hopefully finish this thing off. I believe even if it hits only twice, it's still going to kill it. Yeah, it is, for sure. So, Magikarp goes down, and Broloom gains a little bit of extra experience as well. So that seems like okay. It's okay. I am going to fight this other trainer as well. I believe he also has a Tentacle. So, I'm still going to lead off with Shroomish as well, just for the fact that I can still switch into Marshtomp and be okay. I'm not too concerned about the PP situation at the moment, just for the fact that we still have 2 Lepa Berries and an Ether, I think, which in total equates out to about 30 PP on whatever move I choose to throw it on. And once again, we dodged Poison, which is sweet. This one's level 12, so it may survive, but let's hope for the best. And it's one-shotted as well, that's fine. Go Marshtomp, doing work. Taking names, yo. And now we have to learn Leech Seed, and I really want Leech Seed. And I just don't think I'm going to use 30 Stun Spores. If I want to get it back later, I can, but Leech Seed, even though it's only 10 PP, is still infinitely valuable for potentially healing the entire party if need be. it only lasts for the duration of which the leech-seeded Pokemon is in there for, but still, it's very valuable. And I just don't believe I need Stun Spore that badly. So I'm going to remove Stun Spore, throw on Leech Seed. May regret that later, but we'll see. So, there we go, get that Leech Seed. And off we go. Making them decisions. Alright, now I know there's a hidden item somewhere in the sand around this trainer. I just don't know where exactly. So I'm going to try and hunt it down. I could probably just go do it later, but we are here, so I may as well go for it while we're here. It's a heart scale, just so to let you guys know. And heart scales, as you will see in the coming parts, not immediately since we can't really make use of them at the moment. Heart scales are infinitely valuable just for the fact that you can relearn a move, and there's our heart scale right there. So now that I've gotten that, I feel free to run around, and I believe there's a hidden item in one of these rocks. There, free Stardust, and Stardust is basically useless to us. It'd be great if we could buy things, but that's not what we're looking for in this run. We're just looking to use whatever we can find, which was right there, a Pokeball, so certainly appreciative of that. And now we can enter Granite Cave. And if we talk to this guy here, he gives us Flash, which we can't really make too much use of right now. I think Shroomish might be able to learn it. But even if it can, I don't feel interested in teaching it right now, just for the fact that it's not too useful to us. Actually, I'm gonna shoot. Come on. What am I doing? There we go. Fail switching. Alright. I'm going to lead with Marsh Tomp for now, just to get through this small section. And even though there's a couple hidden Everstones in this cave, I don't really feel like looking for them, just for the fact that I don't really need them at the moment. And I believe there's at least one rare candy that I will be coming back for later. But we can't get it until we get access to the bike, or the mock bike, I should say. And so once we get that, we'll come back and grab it. But for now, can't really do too much about it. And good old Zubat, always appearing in caves consistently throughout the gens. Except for maybe Gen 5. I can't remember if it was in there or not, but gotta love those Zubats. Everybody loves Zubats. More Zubats. Bring on the Zubats. Rah! Anyways, down here is another Pokeball, I believe. So that's great. And I don't think there's too many other items we have access to. Just the escape rope and the Pokeball for now. And, like as I mentioned, the Everstones as well. Now there is one Pokemon coming up in this area that I do want to capture. I don't know how exactly I want to go about catching it, because of one of its attacks and its a kind of questionable capture rate, it's kind of hard to find something consistent, which is kind of why I was hesitant to remove Stun Spore on Shroomish, just for the fact that it's kind of helpful in catching this next guy, just because of his low capture rate. But actually, that makes sense. I am gonna lead with Talo in trying to capture this Pokemon, actually. That makes a decent bit of sense to me. No, unfortunately it's not Aeron, even though Aeron would be a pretty awesome Pokemon, just because Aggron is a beast, and everybody loves Aggron, especially Cooper. So, those boss god hammers, right, Cooper? And speaking of which, this is like the perfect cave to represent boss god hammers. Both Pokemon are available in this cave. Alright, so It is on this floor, though, where the next Pokemon I'm looking for is accessible, and I believe in there is where the Everstone is, one of those rocks in there. And we don't have Rock Smash right now, so we can't do anything with these rocks anyways. So we're just going to keep walking through, and we keep encountering Aron. And I am looking for a specific Pokemon as I'm traversing through here, so it's not completely wasted time. And here's one of the free Everstones. I may as well grab it while it's here. But the other one I'm not going to probably bother with, even if we do come back. And there is another staircase. Okay. We want to be on this floor. Crap. As I say that and go up the staircase. Okay, so yeah, we want to be on this floor. And I'm looking for a very specific Pokemon of a very specific level. And here it is. And it's male, so that's awesome. Totally works out for the nickname I plan on giving it. Now, the reason I lead with Tailo here is is that the most feared move coming from this guy is, what was it? Nightshade. And the reason Nightshade is so dangerous is because it deals a base 12 damage because of Sableye being level 12. However, Tailo being normal type completely makes me avoid it, and so the only threatening thing this guy has to throw at us is Scratch, which will do okay damage, but a little bit negligible. Now, we can't use Quick Attack against this guy just because he is Ghost as well, but Sableye offers amazing typing just to cover the next gym, and for that reason, Sapphire makes for an excellent use, or an excellent cart to use, just for the fact that you have access to Sableye and Ruby doesn't. Sableye completely demolishes the second gym. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. The only move he can actually be hit by from any of the Pokemon in the gym is the gym leader's Makuhita and his move Knockoff, which is actually special in this gen. So because of that, we are going to capture Sableye, and enough about my rant here. Let's just get in the thick of things. I don't want to kill it, I just want to weaken it. So I'm going to opt for Peck, which is slightly weaker than Wing Attack. That's the only thing I can really go for here. Unfortunately, we score a crit, so that kind of blows. But I am willing to heal it if need be. And whatever, put it into yellow, which is kind of okay. We're sitting at 4 Oran Berries and 2 potions, couple super potions. So we're not doing too bad on healing items. Either way, I'm going to chuck 1 Pokeball for now. Maybe I'll chuck a Great Ball. I'm going to chuck a Great Ball just to be sure. I don't want to risk it wasting any more PP than it already has, even though it's only used 1 Leer. I just want to make the most of this Pokemon while I can. Come on, Great Ball. Yes! Okay. So, now that we have Sableye, the first step, I guess, would be healing it, but I'm not too concerned about its health at the moment. We're definitely going to be giving it a nickname, though, and that nickname goes out to Malk. He loves his Pokemon, and he loves his Disco, so we're going to be naming Sableye Disco after him, so there we go. Now that we've acquired Sableye, though, I'm free to switch out my party a bit, so Marshtomp will regain the lead. And let's just take a look at Sableye here. The other great aspect about Sableye is his ability, which is Keen Eye, and simply for that reason alone, the gym leader's Makuhita, although he would normally be able to hit us with Sand Attack, can't even hit us with that because it doesn't take effect due to Keen Eye. So literally the only thing he can touch us with is Knockoff, and Bulk Up doesn't boost Knockoff, so it's just a generally amazing Pokemon for taking on that gym. The other thing is he gets access to Leer, which can weaken the Pokemon he is about to face, because even though his offenses aren't that great, and in general his stats are kind of meh, the fact that he has no weaknesses is just beyond amazing. And his typing, being Ghost and Dark, gives him a decent number of resistances and immunities. So it's very, very useful. And Foresight here will be removed eventually. I just not yet, because he will learn a move at level 13. And the other thing that Sableye does, I'm just going to keep going on about this guy because he's fantastic for the run. He's going to become very useful for more than one segment of this game, at least. The other thing that makes Sableye very valuable to us is the fact that he can learn cut. Now, I'm not going to teach it to him just yet, as I mentioned, for the fact that... I want to go up this ladder. Simply for the fact that, like I said, he's going to learn Astonish at level 13, and I want to make the most of that. Makuhita would be great, but we already have our fighting type technically stocked up, in the fact that Shroomish will evolve into Breloom eventually, and give us access to a fighting type. So, now that we see Steven here, though, we're going to talk to him, hand him over the letter, and went to all this trouble. Here's a TM. We're going to get access to Steel Wing as a result of that. So, gonna put that away. Hurry along, yada yada yada. Alright. Of course I find a wild Pokemon. More Makuhita. So yes, after handing the letter to Steven, he gives you Steel Wing, and in addition to that, if we go back to the President, we get access to a very useful item, at least for any type of run, very valuable, and that's the EXP share, which allows us to spread EXP to the rest of our party members, even if they aren't engaged in battle. So we can hand it to someone who, say, Shroomish, who needs to get a couple levels, and he'll gain experience even though he doesn't complete in battle. Oh, shoot. So, I think we want to do that. Shoot, come on, I keep misclicking there. So, I think we want to do that right now. I don't think we want to head to Slateport just yet. We want to go back to PETALBURG. We want to head back to Rustboro. I'm very bad with the town names in this game. But, yes, we definitely want to head back to Rustboro. And head back to, what's this thing? Devoncorp. Yes, the Devoncorp. If we go there, we'll have access to the XP share. And what can I say? EXP share is just very valuable for any sort of run. Always want to make use of it when you can. I could always catch a Zigzagoon and teach it cut. That's always a possibility. I'm still kind of undecided in that. I still don't want to fight that trainer right there, just for the fact that he still has a full restore. So we are going to dodge him. But for now, we're going to make our way back through PETALBURG Woods again. And even though it would kind of be smart to come back here after having learned cut so we can get a couple extra items and whatnot, I'm not too concerned about backtracking later on just to gain a couple extra items, because we'll be doing that through a number of areas here, because early on there's a lot of items that are kind of blocked off due to not being able to surf, not having cut, not having a bunch of different things. So from that perspective, there's going to be backtracking. It's unavoidable in a run like this where we have to conserve items to the utmost degree, and it is what it is. So, I believe you've fought all the trainers around here anyways, so I'm not too afraid about any of them jumping out at us. So we're just gonna fly right through to Devoncorp. Go through here. Yeah, I'm still recovering from a bit of a illness here, so if you do hear me cough occasionally, that's just what's going on, and I do want to get some parts out even though I am a little bit sick, so bear with me as I recover from that, but whatever. Things happen. Life moves on. So, now that we've delivered the letter, now that we've delivered the letter, Mr. Stone rewards us with an EXP share, so that's fantastic, and we're definitely going to make use of it. I don't know who I'm going to throw it on first, but in the meantime, I'm just going to make our way back to Dewford, and that's probably where we're going to end off this part here. So in the meantime, I'll just yap at you guys and maybe go off about Sableye a little bit more. So what else to say about Sableye? In general, he's just a fantastic poke. I don't believe I have access to recover in the fact that I can't breed it onto him at the moment. simply for the fact that we're not breeding in this run. But either way, it does learn recover via breeding, which is always nice. And like I said, its stats are kind of meh, but even then, having no weaknesses is kind of a plus. And just for the fact that it can do so many things, at least early on, the fact that it gives us access to HM uses, and generally has a decent size move pool. And I say that from the perspective of PP usage, because it gets Scratch, it gets Astonish, it gets Nightshade, it gets all these moves with a decent level of PP, and so to be able to make use of those at such an early stage in this game, in which at a point where we can't heal our moves, having such a high volume of PP is just generally that much great, or that much better than anything else out there. So after doing a couple laps here, whatever, we're gonna make our way through Dewford Gym in the next part. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this part, and hopefully you guys are looking forward to some of the upcoming battles in this gym. I know Sableye is, because he's definitely going to be the main star of the show next part. So hopefully any of you who like Sableye out there, definitely tune in to the next part, because he's going to go out there and kick butt for us. So it's been great, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.